Big things are happening on the Stellar chain, hence I've got the hat on, and I've got a story for you which explains the entire crypto market perfectly. So if you're always asking yourself, when moon, I'm gonna say, when kids move out. Let's leave this screen and go into this one. XLM up on the screen, 11.1 cents, up 0.6% in the last 24 hours. If you were ever curious how big XLM was market size wise compared to its peers, watch what happens when I zoom out of the screen. There's XLM right there. I'm gonna keep my cursor on it. Oh, there it is. It's that tiny block right there compared to the rest of the crypto world. But don't worry, from small acorns do things grow. All right, so the story about kids moving out, because everyone always asks, when moon? Well, it's when the damn kids move out and they stay moved out. Parents brace for a return of more boomerang kids, with 1/5 of 18 to 34-year-olds considering moving home as the cost of living deepens. Okay, so we're talking inflation, we're talking record high housing costs, we're talking the rates for loans going up, rent is going up, fuel, food, everything's going up. A lot of kids are moving back home. Now think about this. 18 to 34-year-olds. Whoa, you mean the majority of like the people interested in crypto? Yeah, that age group right there is the crypto group. So think, if the cost of living is going up, and don't worry, this is going to get to the Stellar stuff. I got the Stellar hat on. I didn't do it for no reason. But if the cost of living is going up so high, where 1/5 of 18 to 34-year-olds are considering returning home to save on money, that means they're not going to be putting that extra money that they had years ago into the crypto market. So now let's tie this into Stellar Network and the juiciness. All right, liquidity pools, right? Hey, same thing. If those kids don't have that extra money because everything else is so expensive, well, they don't have the money for crypto, which means guess what? The liquidity pools go down. Also means the volume of stuff starts going down, okay? Look at the liquidity pool sitting at 14.6 million. When it was released a year plus ago, the height I saw was like $50+ million. But think about that. As that cost goes up, less free money, less available money is able to go into the crypto market. So that's why you see your liquidity pools down. That is also why you see the volume down. There's not that much extra cash floating around. Now, what I have to do, and we're going to get into more Stellar juiciness, I have to give my main man, Noaty Crypto, a massive shout out. I'm going to mute my mic really quick. I'm going to play a little excerpt and we're going to talk about it.
HCR is using what we're calling Stellar Disbursement Platform SDP to make bulk payments from their Circle USDC accounts to the Stellar.
All right, see, there you go. So Noaty breaking some juice. Now, he had a source with this, did not want to reveal it. Totally respect that. That is the right thing to do, especially if they're feeding you the Stellar juicy goodness. But what Noaty's saying is, hey, look, there is some Stellar usage for the UN humanitarian stuff. This is really good use case. Now, he said a good point. Will this affect the price? Okay, I'm gonna go back to this. Nothing is affecting the price right now because the bigger news is everything is so expensive that there's not that extra money floating around. So just like Noaty said, hey guys, look, don't expect this to pump up the price. Why did they choose Stellar? Ah, interesting. See, when you start putting it together, that way things start making more sense. So then when we start getting back to the story of, hey, when things start coming down in cost, right? When the kids are thinking less of moving back home with the parents, moving then back out because it's affordable, because the job market gets better, that's when crypto's gonna start getting better. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be an amazing host here. I'm gonna link Noaty's video at the end of mine. So when you guys see me do this here, I am gonna mess up my own algorithm to support him because he did an amazing job with this video. So when I say check out this video here, it's actually gonna be Noaty's, not mine. So check out his video. His thumb also, if you wanna check it out later at the end, is looking like this. XLM massive news. But now this gets me on over to Stellar Expert. We're gonna talk about the Stellar Network and other juicy bits. All right, so let's first look at ledger performance, record breaking. We know that that's happening, right? Massive movements on the Stellar chain. Now, something interesting to look at is this. Payments, 1.4 million payments, all right? So again, talk about the price of XLM is very different than the performance of the network, the usage of the network, okay? Now, when we look at this, look at payments, 1.4 million. If you go to the right over here and you go sort by overall rating, instead go to weekly trade volume. Let's see what's really making the Stellar network run high. Boom, USDC, everyone. There she's sitting right up at the top. USDC is fueling the massive growth of the Stellar network. Now, we already learned from Noaty, right, that the UN is doing this and they're using USDC. Interesting how that whole USDC platform is working out, isn't it? Yielding juicy bits as time goes on. But as Noaty said, hey, they're using USDC. And as we see in here, yes, USDC has been one of the biggest, the biggest actually, in terms of the last week, in terms of volume of transactions. So USDC is fueling the growth on the Stellar chain. Another interesting note here is that guess what? On Stellar Expert, they're also listing stuff. Check this out. This account here has been listed now for Ponzi tokens. So it's really good to see that we are starting to police ourselves in this industry and flush out the bad money. But now let's go all the way back to the beginning. Let's talk about kids moving in back home, and then let's talk about all the other Stellar stuff. So my point at the intro, when kids move out of the house and stay out, it wasn't a joke, no, it's real. See, as that cost of living goes up, there really is that much less money that can flow into stuff like crypto. Think of all the other things that happen out there. People start canceling subscription services. Hey, do we need 4 or 5 TV Netflix? No, maybe we can go down to 3. Instead of getting like gig internet, can we slope it down to, other sizes? See, people just kind of cut their costs. And crypto was that in the investment world. See, in the investment world, crypto was the most riskiest asset class out there, which means it was left for only the dollars that people were just like, hey, I've got a pretty good idea that this is going to be gone. The riskiest money movement out there. So it is honestly totally easy to see why none of the news out there is propping up the price. It's because the global news, the macros, how expensive stuff is, the darn kids moving back home. Yep, that means that there's less money available to go into crypto, and retail money is what has been fueling crypto. Now, remember that Noaty video I told you about? Awesome dude. Check out his video right here. Thank you very much for watching and have a great rest of your day.